bad. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post, partnered with Robert Miller and Son Furniture. I'm Drew Larison. This is MTM. Mr. Mayor, how are you today?
I'm a little healthier than you are.
Oh, man, I think
God
you're a little bit more than little.
Man.
Kids go back to school for
So
1
it's not
week.
allergies? Because there's a lot of that.
I thought it was, but no, this is
God,
sinus
love
cold
ya.
beyond
Yep.
belief. Hey, we're here. I'm hopped
That's
up
right.
on caffeine and Mucinex. Let's do this thing. We are here, partnered with Robert Miller and Son. I just told the internet I'm
always.
hopped up on cold medicine, so just realized that. Robert Miller and Son. You know what? I love those guys, and they're turning 70 years old over there.
Amazing.
Can you believe that?
Amazing.
I don't even know if I'll make it to 70. Robert Miller and Son is turning 70, and the celebration starts now. For the next 7 weeks, take 30% off everything in the store: sofas, sectionals, mattresses. Mattress sounds good right now, and more. Plus, enjoy additional savings on select items and take part in special giveaways happening all month long. It's the sale you do not want to miss, built on 70 years of comfort, quality, and service. Come see what's new, rediscover old favorites, and bring home something you'll love. Visit Robert Miller and Son today. The doors are open and the deals are on. Happy birthday, Robert Miller and Son.
Happy birthday.
I love it. If you are in the chat, which there's 20 people watching already, if you're in the chat, say happy birthday, Robert Miller and Son. Let's get some cool, fun emojis, maybe a birthday cake, some celebration emojis, all those kind of things.
And happy birthday, happy 60th birthday to the Kokomo Casting Plant. They had a family and friends little open house yesterday that employees could bring their families in to see what they actually do, see some of the equipment, get up close, not too up close and personal with the equipment, but meet some of the other staff and go around. It was pretty cool.
I love that. Very cool.
Yeah.
Bring your family to work day and show them the very dangerous equipment that you work on every day. I love that. Very cool. How are you?
Good. Hanging in there. A lot better, like I said, than I was last week. I was dealing with the throat thing too. But I was hopped up on honey and black tea and lemon last weekend, or coming off of that last weekend. But yeah, no, luckily it dodged the cold or heavy allergy.
Yeah. I don't know. Something's going on. And like I said, my son had it last week. So, of course, I get it. And it's just kids go back to school. They're with a bunch of other kids. And this is what happens.
There you go.
Shout out to the 30 people watching already. Welcome to the Mayor Tyler Moore Show.
Afternoon.
And Shannon Gomez in the chat did say happy birthday, Robert Miller. So thank you for that, Shannon. What's going on at City Hall this week?
Still ironing out the budget process. I mean, I know a lot of what's in the news that some people are catching, some people aren't, are the financial impacts that the recently passed either SB 1, Senate Bill 1, or Senate enacted Act 1, in either case that brings property tax relief to citizens, but takes tax revenues away, not just from municipalities, but schools, libraries, and such. And so everybody's kind of wavering through that and navigating how best to adjust that and such. And so finishing up with the department heads last weekend, and so we'll kind of iron that out and massage that and see what we go with there. Otherwise, still trying to knock out some street projects, road projects. I know there's some excitement in the Parks Department. Tori Rowe, the superintendent with the parks, is all hands on deck over at Cutler Park because the miniature golf, which is a partnership project with Bridges, is slowly nearing completion there, and EMB Paving has just started moving dirt on the tennis courts and pickleball courts on that side. So Cutler Park is being transformed, and hopefully that'll be done here within a month to 45 days. We'll see.
Very cool.
And everybody, and there may even be some questions on the splash pad out at Jackson Morrow Park. I mean, we're doing some landscaping around that. It's ready to go.
Ice skating rink, I think I saw all the internet.
Right. But yeah, so the work by Indiana American Water is pretty much done. It's just there's certifications and metering that needs to be approved and out, and so that's a few weeks off for that. So again, hoping that that might be open by Labor Day weekend, so that if we have the mild autumn like we hope we will, that the folks will be able to enjoy that a little bit before it does turn cold. But yeah, just business as usual, trying to knock things out here as we get into August and work our way into finalizing budgets for the 26th year.
Love that. Very cool. Lori Alexander in the chat saying happy birthday, Robert Miller and Son too. Love that. Yeah, if you have any questions for the mayor, that's the big bulk of this show, which we do have quite a few pre-show questions.
Good.
But if you do want to ask a question live, make sure to leave it in the chat below. That's why I have my laptop out. I am pulling questions from the chat to my notes, and we'll get those asked live. So if you have any questions, leave them there. But yeah, anything else going on before we jump in?
No, I don't think so. I mean, personally, wedding plans still going on. Got my second daughter getting married in September, and so we were kind of with them last night, finalizing some of that. But outside of that, school's back in session. High school football is right around the corner.
Heck
School's having scrimmages and such, and so games are coming up. College football right around the corner as well, and really excited.
Love that. Very cool.
Love autumn.
Me too. Yeah, we were just talking about for the show. I am pumped for like a Saturday morning, maybe like a pumpkin scented candle, which as of right now I couldn't smell even if I wanted to. But some college football on the TV. It's becoming my favorite time of year. I am over 87 and 88 degree days, but here we are.
Might be doing a little cleaning out at the Kokomo Beach because the last day of the season was yesterday, and it was our annual Pooches in the Pool event.
Love that.
Had a good turnout at that, so really excited and happy to do that for the community. I think everybody came away unscathed and pleasant, so always
cool.
Good.
Yeah, Pooches in the Pool. The photos from that are always really cute. And I'm always surprised to hear there's not a bunch of dog fights that happen or anything like that. It's kind of crazy.
I think they're just happy to be in the water.
Love that. Very cool. My dog does not like the water.
Really?
No.
Mine goes nuts.
Don't put that in there. Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into it.
All right.
We've got those pre-show questions that I said. We've got 30 people watching. Let's get right into it.
Get into it.
I don't know how this happened. I got to ask Parker, who helps me with the notes for this show. But the first question is from Anonymous on Facebook. Not sure how you do that. Yeah. Maybe it was from Kokomo Chatter. There's a lot of buzz about no animal control officer. We need to understand the city has a contract with the Humane Society, must uphold that position in order to receive a certain amount of money from the city. What's going on with the animal control officer position not being filled by the cutoff? We heard the cutoff was August 11th. That's today. Is the Humane Society going to be losing 50% of their funding due to that position not being filled? 17 dogs were euthanized last week for space due to poor and lack of communication and fear.
They're Humane scared. Society euthanized? I don't know that. I mean, I'd have to verify that because they boast on being a no-kill shelter. So if there was reports or word that dogs were euthanized to make space, I'd have to.
Well, they said they're scared that they're going to be losing money, so they are euthanizing dogs and cats who are requiring a little bit more medical care. Whereas in the past, these dogs would have been fine to stay and be cared for through the length of their disease or medical issue. We just want to know what's going to be happening and how the city is going to support Humane Society that is a city-based organization. They took in 14 stray dogs this week, so those spaces have been filled already. It's a crisis. Anonymous on Facebook.
Anonymous. Well, for starters, it's not a city-based facility or program. It is standalone. It's a nonprofit funded by both city and county because they not only provide the shelter services for the animals, but yes, animal control. There was actually 2 animal control officer positions that were lost about a month ago. Due to exits by both of those officers. We've been given assurance that animal control services have continued, and the Humane Society is fully funded by both the city and the county up through the end of 2025. We actually have a meeting on Wednesday to discuss those services moving forward with the Humane Society to see what that looks like. But as for now, we've had assurance that there's still animal control services being provided when necessary, but the going forward after 25, because again, we've been given assurances that those are going to continue, and that the Humane Society is fully funded by both the city and the county. Again, as a standalone nonprofit, it's not a city department or city program. And then the meeting on Wednesday to find out what their plan is moving forward and what the city and county would may have to consider depending on what the level of services out there are. So the lack of animal control officers has nothing to do or doesn't affect the care and quality of care that the shelter is currently providing, again, because they're fully funded and staffed in every other position that we understand it. other than those 2 animal control officers that are out in the public. So services should be continued. If any animals, dogs, or cats were being euthanized for medical issues, I would think it would be simply because of that, that they were medical conditions that were beyond repair, if you will, not due to a lack of space. And if that's true, then that's something that the Humane Society would have to either answer or discuss.
Sure.
So
okay.
Okay.
Next question is from Joanna Sunshine Sparkle Love on Facebook.
Awesome.
It seems like there is some confusion surrounding cottage laws in Howard County, and the Board of Health is spending a lot of time resolving reports. Is there a resource for Howard County residents to reference?
Which laws? What did you say?
Cottage
laws?
Like the cheese cottage laws?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What are cottage laws?
I know you're checking on
home-based vendor laws allowing individuals to sell certain non-potentially hazardous foods made in their home kitchens directly to consumers.
Got it. Okay. I'm sorry. So repeat the question again.
Got it. It seems like there is some confusion surrounding cottage laws in Howard County, and the Board of Health is spending a lot of time resolving reports. Is there a resource for Howard County residents to reference?
Probably with the Board of Health, either Board of Health. I mean, because Planning Commission. I mean, right now, as we understand it, there's an ordinance. If you're running a business out of your home, you have to be zoned, have that property zoned appropriately. But I'm unfamiliar with cottage laws, if that is a state or federal law that supersedes anything. But if the Board of Health is on top of that and addressing that, that'd probably be especially if it's food or cosmetics or something. Yeah. If it's, woodworking or, motor repair or something, whatever. I don't know that would apply, but yeah, I would think Department of Health, Howard County Department of Health, or possibly even the Planning Commission, but not familiar with those.
Okay, yeah. Bethany in the chat says, yes, reach out to the Board of Health for guidance on cottage laws for HBVs, which is home-based vendors, I'm guessing. Yeah, and I did just find a pretty good resource off of just a Google search for home-based vendors doc that shows like you can make baked goods such as cookies, cupcakes, cake pops. Cake pops made the list. How good. Bread, muffins, candy, chocolates, nougats. What you can't do is, I don't know, a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Okay, there you go.
So there you go. All right.
Learn something new every day. Thank you for that question, because that is interesting.
Next question is from Hannah on Facebook. Hey. A lot of city issues seem to be getting attributed to different departments or boards. Can you explain what issues fall directly under your responsibility as mayor and which ones you truly have no control over? For residents, it can be confusing to know who's accountable for certain decisions. Could you outline which ones ultimately stop with you? Also, Operation Blue Horizon will be hosting a civics lab with mad voters that everyone is welcome to attend on August 27th. At the main library at 6 p.m. We encourage anyone, including you and Drew, to come and learn more about local politics. Hannah on Facebook.
Those, I guess, departments or something that fall directly under me would be any city department. So that'd be street, parks, wastewater, police, fire, controllers, engineering, our building maintenance. Probably missing the utility office, code enforcement. Those would be those that are out of my control or not directly under my control would be Planning Commission, the Board of Zoning Appeals. Now, even though I have appointments to those boards, they do act independently, and those are citizens and other community leaders that hear cases and make their own decisions, on that. So Planning Commission, Board of Zoning Appeals. We were just talking about the Department of Health. That's a county office. I have an appointment to that. But again, that's a standalone county office. I don't know what other ones she may be referencing. But if she has any specific ones in mind, if they do, but anything that the city of Kokomo, not necessarily city planning commission or city board of zoning appeals, because again, even though I've got appointments to those are standalone, but anything again, those departments do or specialize in or address. Ultimately, even though there's department heads, supervisors, foremans, and such, ultimately it would trickle up to my responsibility having those folks in those positions.
Awesome.
Hopefully that answered.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why
yeah.
we did this show is like a lot of people don't know, like, what is the mayor responsible for? What is city
And I've
hall
had people go,
responsible for?
why do we have a plan for all these water main breaks? I mean, even though you're in the city and it's city water, it's the water provided by Indian American Water. And so no authority over that, just contracted services. NIPSCO provides the gas service here in town. That's not a city utility, but work with them on that. Duke Energy, same way with street lights, in neighborhoods. We've been working on getting those up in Indian Heights. I mean, so that's an independent utility as well that's contracted to do work in the city. Bullpen Ventures managing Championship Park and Municipal Stadium. For that, it's their authority, but in agreement with the city. So. Just others. I'm trying to think of everything. It might have missed a few, but hopefully that doesn't.
Gotcha. Okay. Get some live questions. We'll pull those over soon.
Cool.
Next question is from Aaron on Facebook. I spoke with the dispatch director and wanted to share this with you too. Pulse Point is an app that shows the public what's happening in their city/county and alerts people nearby if CPR is needed. It could be a great tool for Howard County and the city of Kokomo, giving residents one place for info, helping avoid problem areas, and even saving lives. Dispatchers are already on board and discussing it with KFD and KPD. I'd love your input. It would be great if you could advocate for one as well. Aaron on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it. I mean, this is the first I've heard of Pulse Point, but yeah, any social media or app that is similar, like our KPD's 411. I know the transit department has now an app as well that you can follow the city line trolleys, and I think Spirit of Kokomo buses as well to see. I think it's just the trolleys, see where they are. But yeah, any opportunity or availability of an app or online servers or something that helps folks get notified or get information, I'm all about learning about.
Okay, love it.
So cool.
Next question is from Jessica on Facebook. Can he do anything about the Spirit of Kokomo bus drivers that, one, have already hit my car once, and two, almost hit it again this morning until I honked and screamed and yelled to get them to stop? There either needs to be better training or these drivers need to be replaced. It's got to the point where I decided to buy a dash cam. Jessica on Facebook.
Yeah. If she has the actual bus number or maybe a location and a time when that incident happened, I can look into it. But yes, I mean, it's difficult for some of those drivers, because they may be on the trolleys, they may be on the Spirit of Kokomo buses, and so yeah, it's unfortunate if they misread or misgauge, the distance between things. I hate for everybody to have to drive defensively, but appreciate when they do. But yeah, if there's been an incident, obviously file a tort claim with the city to have it looked into. But if there's a specific bus number or Spirit of Kokomo bus number or time and location of that incident, that you can email me at mayor@cityofkokomo.org and I can look into. But yes, we impose upon our drivers on a regular basis to try and be as careful and cognizant as possible.
Got it. Okay. Next question is from Rob on Facebook. What can be done to remove the panhandlers that are growing in numbers in our city? Is there not an ordinance like some cities? We have ample services to help folks in need with a multitude of churches with outreach programs. Some of these folks are scammers and some are in real need. But as studies have shown in Indianapolis, some people make a career out of this and are not destitute or in need. How can we help remove the situation while providing relief for those truly in need? Rob on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have an ordinance in place, and it's unfortunate that they're out. I mean, if there's, as long as they're not in traffic or aggressively approaching individuals or cars or whatever, there's nothing at this time that can be done. If there are scammers out there, I mean, you hate to say, okay, if there's the panhandlers, just don't give them money or food. I mean, don't give them reason to continue to panhandle or and such, and yet, but unfortunately there are individuals that are in desperate need, and that's their last resort, and they could be for various reasons because they're not able to hold down a job or other level of employment. But ultimately, because there's nothing in place, and at this time it's not illegal to do so unless you're, again, creating a safety hazard or aggressively approaching people, is to, not give money or food while they're panhandling. If they are out there, if you've got information that you can be handing them for services at Family Service Association, or the address or information on the rescue mission or camp. I mean, all these other, or even if he mentioned, church, if you've got outreach material from your church that you can hand folks to or direct them. A lot of churches have church buses, maybe, or in vans and such. Maybe you could start that to get an outreach program, but always open to ideas.
Okay. Let's shout out our friends at MetroNet.
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do that. MetroNet, attention, internet lovers. At MetroNet, we are all in. The price you see is the price you pay. Get 1 gig internet for just $70 a month. Sweet. Plus, sign up today and get free installation. There's no extra fees, no rising cost, no annual contracts, just fast, reliable, 100% fiber internet. That's blazing speed for streaming, gaming, and working from home on multiple devices with no buffering. But hurry, this limited time offer won't last forever. Go to metronet.com and make the switch to 100% fiber internet today.
There you go.
Get MetroNet, and love your internet. Terms and conditions apply. Shout out to them providing residential fiber internet.
Check them out.
Love that. Next question is from Kimmy on Facebook. I want to know why people aren't made to get rid of the junk that's sitting around their yard. Makes the neighborhood look gross. Kokomo needs to get cleaned up.
Amen. And a lot of times, those property owners have been notified, and they're given so much time to clean up their areas or their properties. And sometimes, the condition to which a property may not actually be in violation. It may not be as cluttered. The grass or weeds may not be as high. I mean, yes, it's a little unsightly, but it may still fall within the permitted conditions in the ordinance. But yeah, a lot of times they have been contacted. They're given an opportunity to try and clean it up and straighten it up. And if they don't, then they're fined. If they pay the fines, then it continues, until it continues to become a violation, and legal proceedings would then come into place. But that's just a unfortunately longer, drawn-out process to do. But encourage folks to call code enforcement with an address, but also keep in mind that even though it may be unsightly to one, it may not necessarily violate the ordinance at this time of the call. So,
got it. Okay. Let's see. Next question is from Eric on Facebook. I was surprised the old car wash on West Sycamore behind Rallies is still standing. It's been a dump for over 20 years now. There can't be any reason that it is still standing after all these years. Thank you for your time, Eric on Facebook.
Yeah, it's my understanding that the property owner has looked for an opportunity to repurpose that property, but has not found something that fits within their desire or fits within a given ordinance. But yes, if it continues, I think they've been notified a time or two. But again, just like nuisance properties, they mow, trim, tidy up to an extent to keep it in compliance. But yeah, that's privately owned, and until it becomes a true nuisance, it could be something too. I'd have to look into it and see. I mean, maybe they have been fined. If they pay the fines, for the violations, then it unfortunately continues. But definitely something to look into.
Got it. Next question is from Sean on Facebook. Will there ever be a direct effort to fix the roads of Kokomo? You ever thought about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We are working on it, and it's surprising. I mean, the time and resources and such that are involved in just, a quarter of a mile of road repair or repaving. And I know we do it in sections and such. And a lot of times too, not necessarily with water main breaks because we assist the water company with that as well. But as things come up, sometimes our priority list gets put on hold as other emergencies arise, depending on situations. But no, I think we've done. I know we've done the best we can with the time, money, resources, and such that we have when the asphalt plant's open and around other projects. So,
got it.
Would love to do more. Trust me, if we could knock more out streets and alleyways, we would be. Guarantee we would be if we could.
Okay, next question is from Todd on Instagram. I would like to know, we spent a lot of money making the bump outs at the corner of Washington and Jefferson, then we spent more money removing them. Can we spend just a little bit more and fix the crosswalk machines? They've been bagged and non-functional for several months now. Todd on Instagram.
Yep, we're working on it. They're bagged. I mean, there's software involved. There's sensors in the streets and such. But yes, I will follow up with engineering to see where we are on those. Yeah, a lot of it probably has to do with things talking to each other and such. But I'll get a status on it tomorrow morning.
Okay, sweet. Next question is from Melanie on Facebook. Kind of a long one here.
Okay.
I just want to know who to bring it up to that will actually do something about the ridiculous stoplights. We all know Kokomo is stoplight city, but why on earth at 2 a.m. does every light downtown Kokomo to 26? Wait a minute. Did I skip a line? Why on earth at 2 a.m. does every light down 931 stay the same as during the day? It ruins my morning. It takes longer for me to get from downtown Kokomo to 26 than it does for me to get to 26 through and on the other side of Tipton. Quite a bit further, actually. Center Road is the worst. The light at the mall and also Hoffer. Those three are also dumb. The light at Center is green longer than it is for 931. Absolute 100%. Then after waiting forever, it goes to the turn lane signal, although no one that entire time was coming down Center, nor in the turn. Man, she came with notes.
Yes.
Those lights should stay green through in late night hours until early morning unless a car pulls up on the crossroad. I started driving through town and I get to 26 faster, but then I would go down the highway. It's absolutely ridiculous. It needs to change. I've already messaged the city long ago. Sorry, this was a long rant. Oh, at least she's self-aware. Melanie on Facebook.
Now, please do me a favor and message the Indiana Department of Transportation, the Greenfield office, because the Greenfield office oversees Kokomo, and they are in charge of the light signals along 931. We have recently, ironically, reached out to them and had a conversation because of the signals, some that I had experienced myself as well, and with the anticipated construction on the 31 bypass that will now bring more traffic onto 931, at least through October. We have concerns with the timing of those lights. And so we've been in communication with them, but if folks want to support our requests of them to look at the timing of those signals, definitely, again, message, call, whatever the Indiana Department of Transportation or INDOT, their Greenfield office, and let them know that you support the city of Kokomo's request to adjust the timing or address the timing of those signals along 931.
Okay. Next question is from Beth on Facebook. Please fix Markland between Washington and Apperson. Not really a question, I guess.
That was done a few years ago, so I don't know if it's the conditions of the road or the curb. She can shoot us another email and let us know more specifically what during that of that stretch of Markland between Washington and Apperson needs addressed. We'd be happy to. So it could just be that it's narrower than it was before, and it's I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. Next question is from Mark on Facebook. Yeah. How about fixing the alley that's caving in behind the Great Escape? I have called 3 times.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll need to, I can see where, again, we've got folks that are saying, focus on the streets, and others saying, alleys. So when we're in that area, I know we're slowly getting to alleys when we can, but not sure where that one falls on our list that we're doing, but the alley behind the Great Escape. have to remember that. If we got department heads watching or checking in or taking notes, hopefully they'll make note of that.
Gotcha. Are you craving high quality Japanese cuisine that'll create a lasting memory for your taste buds?
It's like you're reading my mind.
Well, no, I'm reading an ad read. Get $5 off with your bill when you spend $25 at Azumi Japanese Cuisine.
Ooh.
You got a big friend group going. Bring them in and get $10 off when you spend $50. You get a discount and a full belly. Call that a win-win. From ramen to sushi, Azumi has some of the best to offer here in Kokomo, and you certainly can't forget to get that sweet bubble tea while you're there.
Yep.
Next time you're craving Japanese food, make sure to come to Azumi Japanese Cuisine. You won't regret it. Go check them out between Panda, Local Panda, and Planet Fitness over there. Shout out to them. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Next question is from Hunter on Facebook. Hey. Is Chick-fil-A ever going to start building before I'm 90?
I hope so.
Well, I don't know.
How old is he now?
I was going to say, what if Hunter's 89 and a half?
Right, yeah.
Can't guarantee that.
Yeah.
Need more details,
So
Hunter.
I would venture to say yes, even if Hunter is 89 and a half. I'm hoping, but yeah, ironically, again, had a conversation with our director of engineering this morning to see if he could poke and find out where they are, because as I've mentioned on recent shows in the last handful of weeks, they had permits pulled month and a half ago to start. So not sure why they haven't started moving dirt.
Gotcha. All right. Next question is from Jessica on Facebook. Already a question on here, but I also would want to know the plan, if there is one, for the development of the Wildcat Creek soccer complex so our athletes don't have a disruption in activity. We talked about this a little bit last week.
We had a meeting with the leadership of Kokomo Soccer Club. It's great that they're starting to use those fields along Markland. We're looking at the cost involved with that. We're looking to see what other parties involved may be willing to do. We've got another group that we're talking to that may have space that the soccer club has talked to before. But yes, we are working with the leadership of the Kokomo Soccer Club to assure that there will not be a disruption in play starting spring of 26.
Gotcha. Angelina had the same question. Is there going to be a field for the soccer team to use next season? So there you go. Donna on Facebook. How is the KFD training going for the battery plant? After a fire alarm this weekend at one of the plants on Spark Street, evacuation plan is in place if it does have a fire. The safety inspection planned for later this year may be too late. So there was a post online. Was it JWA or what's it called? One of the it wasn't the battery plant.
One of the suppliers had a call. Mm-hmm.
So how is the training going?
It's been great. I mean, not only the folks at Star Plus, but each of the suppliers have been very cooperative with the Kokomo Fire Department and allowed our crews in on a regular basis, practically, to get familiar with the facilities and to know where things are. And our fire inspectors have been out there on a regular basis, and so a lot of what is doing. Or what they are doing in partnership with each of these suppliers and corporations has allowed our fire department to be able to respond in a manner that I think would protect those workers in there. Unfortunately, we've not had anything major out there since then, but there are plans in place as we have those with the suppliers and with Star Plus.
Got it. Next question is from Anthony on Facebook. He wants to know, when will he do something good for Kokomo? I'm thinking a replacement would be a good change of pace.
Oh, okay.
Anthony, coming in hot.
I'm doing the best I can. I mean, I've felt like a handful of things have been good for Kokomo. Some, continuation of services provided or amenities that have been talked about and such. But elections in a couple of years. So, if he feels a replacement is in place and he's the man, you can file to run with the Howard County Clerk's Office at that point and see what happens. It'd work.
Got it.
That's the beauty. It's the beauty of the democracy, is to allow folks to that feel that they want to serve in elected office and be public servants, have the opportunity and freedom and right to do that. So
absolutely. So template for mayor is what he's
There you
okay. Jim on Facebook, just want to know if the mayor knows what's going on with Marie's Car Wash on South Fountain. I'm being told that it has closed permanently. I have a gift card for over $200 on it.
Oh.
And is there anything I can do to recoup some of that money? Jim,
no idea. Facebook. I hadn't. I've been up and down LaFountain, but I hadn't paid attention to see or notice if Marie's is closed. Unfortunately, that's a private business, and so if there's a number on the back of the card, like an 800 number or something, they can check with that. I mean, otherwise, I don't know. Without going, I mean, there may be postings on some of the doors if they are closed. That folks that have questions or may have gift cards left over could call. But otherwise, hopefully, it's not a lose it because you didn't use it type of situation. But yeah, with that being a private business, there's not much the city can do, if anything.
Next question is from Daniel on Facebook. Yep. They refused any answer any questions on the streets. You can call them 50 times. They don't care. You might want to look into fixing it for yourself. Just saying. Daniel on Facebook.
For what?
The streets. He refuses to fix the streets.
Okay. So he's saying you might. So he's responding to others that have said about the streets that
he's just telling people
to fix them themselves.
Yeah. Okay. So don't do that, people. Don't fix the streets yourself.
I mean, if you'd like to, you can work with the engineering department to make sure that that what's being done or the company you're working with does the work to the city standards, so that the city is still assumes the authority to maintain the streets. But yeah, we've had some subdivisions or neighborhoods that have done some work themselves, but they work with a local contractor that has done work with or for the city before. So, sure.
Got it. Hunter was also asking about Chick-fil-A being built soon. Josh on Facebook, property taxes have been ridiculous. They're getting worse. Josh on Facebook.
Yeah, and that unfortunately is due to the costs of or the sales prices of homes continuing to increase because property taxes or properties are assessed on valuations, and those valuations are typically set by what's happening in the market, and then obviously assigned a tax rate. I mean, so yeah, with the increase in property taxes, because property values are continue to increase.
Okay. So, all right, we are into live chat questions, folks. Hey. If you are watching live, we're getting to those questions now. Christina on live chat, why are there no money for-profit small Black-owned businesses, especially daycare facilities that better the community, like the Kingdom Kids Learning Center, which has a high ranking, but other well-known facilities who are not Black-owned businesses have poor rankings and quality continue to get money and support? Christina on live chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I mean, I don't know if she means if they've come to the city, because I know the city with small businesses has a revolving loan fund that we make funds available to small businesses at rates less than the market rate, which is more attractive to folks. I mean, if there's incentives and such, I don't know specifically what funds he or she may be talking about in regards to money going towards certain daycare facilities versus others. But I encourage them, if they have questions or want to look if there's any possibilities, to contact our development department and talk to Pritesh Shah and see if there's anything available there or some direction he may be able to give towards that. But yeah, I don't know about specific incidents like that
gotcha.
We're referencing.
Sorry. Okay. Next question is from Operation Blue Horizon on live chat. Sorry. Mayor Moore, the Indiana National Guard is preparing to vacate the Kokomo Armory once their relocation is complete. If that property is sold or transferred back to the city, would you consider repurposing it as a low-barrier homeless shelter, one without requirements like religious affiliation or mandatory sobriety? What are your thoughts on using that particular site to provide immediate, unconditional shelter for those in need? Operation Blue Horizon on Facebook or on live chat.
Have to take a look at what that may look like. I mean, I know we're probably a couple years out with the decommissioning of that. And as I understand it from talking to a representative from the National Guard, that when it is decommissioned, it's to be made available to institutions of learning, whether it's the high schools or IUK or Ivy Tech. I mean, so they get first dibs at it, and then if they don't, then there's the possibility of it going to the city. That's definitely something that we could look into. It would depend on funding because I would assume that if we are asked to use taxpayer money to make some type of shelter for the homeless or hard to house that would require mental health surround services or supportive services, that there would need to be requirements or certain restrictions in place for those to keep drug activity or trafficking or anything, as opposed to just a shelter for folks to come and go. But I know that that's been suggested, and so we could definitely look at it, maybe look at other facilities and other communities that offer that. But there's a lot more that would need to go into it or be considered, especially with staffing, security, again, mental health and other supportive services that so many of our organizations provide. Maybe if they had an office in there as well to provide those, but definitely something to look into because that would be an interesting building to acquire and maybe repurpose.
Yeah, great location too. Next question is from Jerry on live chat. Do the city vehicles have GPS tracking and are they used? Kind of a sus question. Jerry on live chat.
Some of them do, and yes, it is. So yeah, street wastewater. I mean, there's a handful of them that do have GPS. It was put in place by the previous administration and is still utilized. So yes. Yes and yes.
Gotcha. Shelly on live chat is also asked about Chick-fil-A, but then she says, can an exit be made to Sam's Club's exit road as well?
Not at this time. That was something that was considered as a regulated drain that runs between the Hobby Lobby facility and Sam's Club that the county would need to give permission to go over, and the cost involved with that. We'd have to get Sam's Club to grant some type of access easement across there too. So I don't know that that's been decided, but that has been looked at as a possibility, but it's just sending traffic into an already busy and another busy parking lot. But again, having that regulated drain running back through there creates a challenge as well.
Gotcha. Next question is from Randy on live chat. Will the trail ever be extended west of Dixon Road? It seemed like they started to work on it, but then stopped.
I sure hope so. I mean, we've been at the railroad because the railroad actually owns that line from Deffenbaugh all the way to Clinton County. And it's at one point it was an all or none that, if the railroad company, if we wanted it, we'd have to buy the entire line down, into Clinton County, into Frankfort. We as Howard County, threw an offer at them. We partnered with the county to take it at least to the county line. County's, not so interested at this point now as well with everything that they've got going on with the anticipated jail project and such, but still we're in communication in negotiation, if you will, with the railroad company to try and purchase that line from Deffenbaugh, at least to Rocheville or down to the county line. But then on top of that would then be the cost of then installing the trail, which can be done. But yeah, it's just slow rolling because the railroad company has been pretty stuck on the sales price that we don't necessarily agree with or would comfortably afford, but still working on it. Would love to see that happen.
Gotcha. Live chat is blowing up right now.
All right.
Next question is for Seth on live chat. Hi, friends.
Hey.
I'm back. So last week, I feel like your response to my question was a full-on seven-layer word salad. Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Dude, I didn't ask if you could tell me who to ask to get the rules for our shelters. I asked if you know what the rules are, the rules that you claim these people in need don't want to follow. Secondly, I didn't ask if the shelters turned away people for things like race or sexual orientation. Obviously, no place would bluntly say that as the case. I asked if you were aware of the harassment they face. Do you think that maybe that's why some people avoid these places? Thirdly, Drew, my dog. Sup, dog? I didn't say it's just the people staying in the shelter that are causing problems. I said it's not just those people, meaning some of the great, happy, cheerful folks at the shelters are pulling some sketchy stuff. Oh. How is someone expected to be comfortable relying on these places while having to worry about the few belongings they may have been rifled through and potentially stolen from them? Seth on live chat, my dog.
No, I've not actually seen the rules at each of the shelters. I've heard about them and heard about the challenges and such, and but have been told that those that have been approached about going to those places don't want to because of the rules. So no, I don't know the rules of the rescue mission, CAM, Gilead House, Open Arms, but would be happy to look into it or would encourage him to do the same. I don't know of specific incidents where people have been turned away or discriminated against in these facilities. A lot of times if they are, those cases come before the Human Rights Commission, but those are few and far between. So if that's happening, I'm not aware of it. I've not heard of those incidents happening. I've not heard of people's belongings being rummaged through in these facilities. I've heard those that are abandoning their belongings, in public places, being removed or stored or eventually thrown away. But no, I've not heard of specific incidents within the facilities themselves where either other residents or, if he's saying, the happy workers in there that are going through the residents' belongings, that I'm not aware of. I hadn't heard that either. So
okay. Lola on live chat. Does the park and rec department not have it worked in their budget to maintain our park restrooms being clean? Highland Park's restroom is not up to health code. I saw a park and rec worker come and clean the splash pad restroom with a mop, no other supplies. Who oversees that budget? We need to take pride in our parks for better employment from our community. Lola on live chat.
Yeah, that would be the Parks Department, Park Superintendent Tori Rowe. But as the question, I think early on, which ones am I directly over, even though the Park Superintendent is over our parks and such, ultimately I am over him. So we'll find out. The park staff, I think they do the best they can with cleaning the restrooms, but can probably do a better job if he or she are noticing those. And so I'll have that conversation with them and see if we can step up the work at there.
Okay. Sean on live chat, not a question, just wanted to say I appreciate everything and hope all is the best.
Thank you.
Elaine on live chat, we have 2 trees in front in the basement. Who would be responsible for them? There has to be an autocorrect in this. Elaine, I've read this so many times trying to figure out what you meant.
2 trees.
We have 2 trees in the front in the basement. Who would be responsible for them?
So maybe trees out front with roots working their way into their basement.
Maybe.
If the trees are on their property, ultimately they're
that
theirs.
Might be it. The roots are. See, this is why you're mayor.
So yeah, it's probably. If they're trees on their property, which it sounds like they are, and they're working their way into the basement, unfortunately, that is the homeowner's responsibility.
Yep. Angelina on live chat, she is asking about the soccer field for Kokomo Soccer Club to replace the one that Hayes is taking back. We talked about that earlier.
Yep.
Quick recap.
Yep. Extra. We're working with the Kokomo Soccer Club leadership, and we have some potential options for them immediately for next year with looking at the costs involved with adding additional fields or what it may look like elsewhere going forward.
Got it. Next question. Let's see. Eric on live chat. Are you going to be at the Veterans Day Saturday at the baseball stadium?
Probably at the opening ceremonies. Yes, I'm going to be in Indianapolis the rest of the day, but I don't think our group is leaving too early, so I should be able to be down there for the opening ceremonies before that first game.
Okay.
Everybody else should go to Military Foundation softball tournament. So we've got first responders, police, fire, sheriff, our Ask Me guys. I think there's even a military team. Originally, the billing was there was a women's softball game at 8 o'clock before the opening ceremonies. I saw a posting on that, and that wasn't listed, so I'm not sure if that, or no, it was the article in the paper today that didn't have that 8 o'clock softball game between a couple of women's teams to start. So there may be something at 8, otherwise opening ceremonies for the tournament around 9:15. Coldwell Municipal Stadium.
We're getting there. Brandy on live chat.
Hey.
Who can I call about the potholes that are the size of my car on Liberty Street?
On Liberty Street, pothole hotline. I forget the number offhand, but we've said it before. Or shoot us an email, mayor@cityofkokomo.org. Give us the address or some a specific location on Liberty, and we can get it to the street department to look at and address.
Gotcha. India on live chat. When is the new splash pad at Jackson Morrow Park expected to open?
Hopefully,
Is that the first time that's been brought up? Or is that cold medicine making me forget already? I don't think that's been brought up today.
So hopefully in September. Unfortunately, we were hoping that it would have been done well before school started, or at least some point this summer for the kids to enjoy. But hopefully we'll get a mild autumn for folks to enjoy after school and on the weekends.
Speaking of another water feature, Tanya on live chat. What happened to the fountain in the front of City Hall? I love seeing kids and people and dogs playing with it.
Software issue. I mean, unfortunately, there's software attached that controls the lights and the jets and such, and it's been down. The gentleman that typically works with that was unavailable, and so we're working through that to hopefully have it up and running by next spring.
Got it. This one's funny. Lindsay on live chat. My 9-year-old daughter, Luna, is jazzed about the opportunity to ask the mayor anything.
Cool.
She wants to know, how old are you and how old is Drew?
Oh, if this is live chat, how old does she think we are?
Ooh,
that would
that's
be
a
fun.
good question.
What do you think, Luna? How old do you think we both
That's
are?
a dangerous question.
Right?
Well,
'Cause
hopefully you're commenting.
I have a birthday coming up in a few weeks.
So do I.
See?
Well, I mean, about a month actually for me.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe she's still watching. We'll see. We'll go back and see if she comments back. Yeah. Yep. Next is Shelly on live chat. Can we get more places outside of the library and McDonald's available for visitation usage during the winter? As a former foster parent, I know there were limited places. Shelly on live chat. I don't know what that means.
We can look. I guess if parents are needing to meet with, or I guess pick up, drop off, kids, you said the library or McDonald's.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Available for visitation usage during the winter.
Yeah, I don't know. Depending on what atmosphere they like. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants or coffee shops that have, like Big Ben Coffee there at Phillips and Jefferson. Have some nice back rooms and such if they wanted a little bit of privacy as well. And Ventrek has a shared drive space that's kind of an open foyer that's open a lot that folks could probably come and go in. Outside of that,
parents in foster care. She commented back, so she's still watching live. We have an answer from Luna.
Oh, okay.
Luna thinks I'm 43.
Ooh.
Your immediate honest response to that, and she thinks you're 52.
Ooh, man, she almost nailed it.
So
I'm 54. I'll be 55 in a couple weeks.
And I am 35 years old, so not aging well, according to Luna.
Well, just because you sound older because you're cold.
The deep voice of the cold. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in, Luna.
Yeah. Katie on live chat. Would love to see sidewalks on Southway Boulevard in front of the FSSA Medicaid office. Currently, the sidewalk doesn't connect from 931 on Southway to Alto. Pedestrians often walk on the street on those curves, and it's dangerous.
Okay. Yeah.
Katie on live chat.
We can look at that because I think we're going to be doing some work along Southway to begin with, and if we can work the sidewalks in. We've talked about this before. If there's not already a granted easement on a particular property, the property owner would have to have it installed, or to allow the city to have or grant the city an easement in order to improve that. So we can look at that possibility to see why it stopped at one and stopped. I mean, a lot of times too, I mean, the developer of that any given property said, okay, yeah, I want a sidewalk. And then it says, no, I don't. Because we even got some neighborhoods, where the property owner did the sidewalk and then they didn't in the, lot next to them and such. I mean, so, again, if we had an easement and have the opportunity to complete it and worked it in as part of a road project, we can look at that. Otherwise, we'd have to go through that process.
Gotcha. And the last question we have today is from Alec on live chat. Hey. How was the location of the new jail determined? What factors in relation to its longevity and inmate safety were taken into the account due to this new jail being built as a result of the ACLU lawsuit for human rights violations of inmates?
That's a Howard County Commissioner question. The city had nothing to do with that. I mean, even though the majority of incidents that occur that have folks end up in the jail probably occur within the city limits, but the Howard County Jail and the eventual project is a Howard County government deal. And so the decision on the ground that they had decided on and others would need to be directed to the Howard County Commissioners. Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for those live questions
good
today.
Stuff. Thank you all.
If you are watching and you wanted to, maybe you asked a question, you didn't hear it. I promise we got to all of them. Just go through and scroll through and try to find your answer. We can't be on here all day. So it was a long show today. Thank you for all those questions. Thanks everybody for watching it and engaging in the live chat. Love to see that.
Absolutely.
Mr. Mayor, do you have a dad joke for us?
Do I have a dad joke for you? Yeah, so I had a buddy from college that used to play in a band. He was the drummer.
Nice.
And, and he, as old as he is, he's got a younger wife, but they just had twin girls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what he named them?
But
Oh, Anna 1, Anna 2.
I get it. I thought I was going to see
that was good, though. Yeah.
But
That'd
be funny. Okay. Gotcha.
Anna 1, 2.
Thank you guys for watching so much. Thank you for the pre-show questions. Thank you for that very active live chat today.
Yes.
I think we got close to 70 comments on this today.
Cool.
Multiple people watching. Thank you guys so much for making the show what it is, because that is how it works. You guys make this show what it is. I appreciate it. If you have any questions for next week's show, leave it in the chat below. We'll make sure to go back and look. If not, we always post something on Mondays where you guys can go there, post your pre-show questions as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm going to go take a nap.
See you, Kokomo.